Hey guys. Okay, so I just got off the phone with James. We had a nice little talk yesterday because I really thought that yesterday was Tuesday. So I don't know if I'm just jumping timelines, if time is getting faster at this point, maybe all of the above. So we will wait for him to jump on, and then we're going to go over the Bills of Exchange Act and then also the Federal Reserve. Those two things are really important to knowing how to pay your bills, okay? And when I say pay and bills, that's not really what it is either. So hopefully he will jump on. I wish it would notify me. I feel like it doesn't, like, throw up a little dot or something saying that like he's made contact. But anyway, so I'm excited about today's little red dot. So I'm excited about today's chat because then we can expand on last week's conversation. Hey.
Oh, my Bluetooth kicked off.
Oh gosh.
Hold on a minute. Let me fix it. I'll just stay on here. I gotta pair it and then pair it back.
You guys,
when it kicks to Bluetooth, it
kicks you off.
Yeah, it messes up my headset. So.
Yeah, I think it did that last time. Oh, he's gone. So we're going to recap on a lot of the things that we were talking about last week because I just want to give, like, even changing the verbiage, learning new definitions, learning new things like that. I'm teaching kind of how I've learned it. So I'm kind of a guinea pig at this point. But okay, the request is on. I feel like he's coming back. So I just want to teach, like, as I learn it and then send it to you guys. But I did tell him earlier that I don't want to be held accountable for steps that, like, you have missed or things that you didn't know. So make sure that you go behind me, whatever I'm giving you, whatever he gives you, go behind us, go behind anybody that you're listening to, anybody that even if you hear something, and you should actually do this in your everyday life when you're interfacing with somebody. I feel like you should. So when you're coming across somebody that's going to be discerning that spirit, right? And that's not only with humans, but that's also with, governments, contracts, anything like that. When you get a contract, really look at it, because I feel like even with all of this, I feel like life is about contracts. I mean, you have a specific contract to be down here. James, if you're on, you have to connect with me. So to me, everything's a contract. When you interface with somebody else, when you, and I want to say, actually, Tim Damron said that everything is a contract. Even down to, ordering food. He said that, down to ordering food, which made me think, yeah, that's totally a thing. My God. Try that. I just hit something that may have helped. See, this is why I always have problems going live with Facebook. But the bills of exchange and stuff like that, when you start to write your cover letters, make sure that you're not copying the next person's cover letter. Okay. Also, as a note that I said yesterday was, if you handwrite something, it's not going to, ooh, I'm here. Hold on. We're cooking. Yay. Sorry. Sorry. So if you handwrite something, then it's going to go to another human. It's not going to go to like AI's version once that document hits their center and that kind of stuff. So, well, hello. Did it go off
kicks
again?
out as soon as I kick it on. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No worries. No worries. So this is part 2 from our last chat about bills of exchange and the Federal Reserve. So if you want to go over some like communication that you would have to have in that process of endorsing your bill, what we think is a bill.
Yeah, one of the biggest things is knowing who we are. We don't know who we are. We don't know that we're a holder and that we have certain obligations that we have to do. But it's all right here. You just go read it. Like, people say it's conspiracy theory. They give us this hoopla about this and that. And it says, y'all have been beating on conspiracy theories for years. We just go read. We don't need all that theorized stuff. We'll just go read it word for word. What's a holder in due course? That's you. That's the American people. You have a birth certificate that makes you the holder in due course. It's right here in the Bills of Exchange Act. You want to know about all these billing statements and these payment coupons and how they're supposed to be done? We just go read. This is how I'm getting taught. I mean, they're literally just pulling these up word for word. It was like, what's a holder in due course? A holder in due course is a holder who has taken a bill, completed and regular on the face of it. That means you've endorsed it under the following conditions, namely, that he became the holder of it before it was overdue and without notice that it has been previously dishonored. If such was the fact, and that he took the bill in good faith and for value, and at the time the bill was negotiated to him, he had no notice of any defect in the title of the person who negotiated it. Your bills are coming in unsigned.
Yeah, and they're dishonorable.
So they're dishonorable from the get-go.
Yeah.
But we won't ever know this stuff until we go read it and teach ourselves. Like, we don't have to pay people for these classes. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot of these, but they always take me right back to the source information that I've already had available to me. And then I feel like I wasted my money, even though they taught me something I didn't know. It's like it was right here the whole time.
Yeah. And you have to do your own work, because I've noticed that people will get jammed up when they let other people do things, but when, like, they don't know what they're doing. They're not fluent in, any of this. So,
and that's most of us. You're never going to stop learning in this. The moment you learn something, you learn how to endorse. Now you learn this whole thing about private banking, and you start learning how to cut out all these middlemen. And then you start creating your own transmitting utility to interface with the public. This is all through trust, privatizing yourself, elevating your public side, your state. That's the status that needs to be changed. It's this status.
yeah.
Not yours. Yours never changes. You were born, and that's it.
Yeah.
The thing that was created in your name is that public estate, that holding in the public charitable trust. That's what every American has.
And you have to take that back. You have to start to do those steps to do that.
Step up and say, hey, I'm the executor.
Yeah.
I'm going to take charge, and I'm going to become the CEO of all this, and we're going to move forward with me, the CEO, at 18 years old.
Yeah.
That's what it was supposed to be. That's how the whole system was set up, is that at 18 we take charge and we learn how to endorse our instruments and how to create promissory notes and negotiable instruments, just like the system does. You know how they create money out of thin air?
Yeah.
But we do that all the time. When we go purchase things, we create money out of thin air, because they're going to convert our credits to dollars and loan it back to us. Yeah. So we're doing the same thing the government does, and they've been telling us all along, hey, like, y'all have a higher position in society than we do. We're government employees. Y'all are the benefactors, And y'all are what the entire system is supported on. And that's why our national debt is going through the roof, because none of us know how to negotiate or to endorse our instruments and discharge them.
Yeah.
We don't know how to redeem our credits. We take credits as money. We don't even know what money is, because the cash we got in our pocket is money.
Yeah. And it's the definitions, it's the terminology, it's the legalese. Once you get fluent in that and you realize like how you're talking, how you're instructing these companies to work with you.
Yep. You're just making them follow the instructions.
Yeah.
People get all bent out over this, and it's just like, did you not learn your ABCs? I know there's 26 different symbols in there that you have to individually memorize.
Yeah.
And then you start using those 26 individual letters, and you start building your entire world with it. I mean, it's a part of everyday life. Look, I'm using the alphabet right now.
Yeah, because even if you
need it, we need this stuff back fluid in our lives. So we got to go read it.
Yep. Get the content however you can. And I know sometimes, like even on TikTok, I'll come across people that, like, you would think that they're looking at them. I got to be very careful here. Looking at them, you would think very uneducated, probably poor, you know, that kind of stuff. But they are, but they are spitting so much gold. And maybe the way that they're talking, but the message is there. So it's like,
it's a difference in your public education and my private education that I did for myself when I left the public education.
Yeah.
That's the other side, is we don't do anything for us. Everything's public. We're taught public.
Because that's what we were indoctrinated into. That's the next cycle. Yeah.
We don't know anything about the private or how to teach the government
access it.
How to do their job.
But I mean, I feel like as we all come together and educate each other, again, like I said earlier in the video, whatever content you get, you have to discern if it's if it's good for you or not, if it's valuable to you. You know, does it help the fruits of your tree, or is it negative? So, you know, in any content that you get, because the content's going to start moving fast, especially with the banks closing and the schools are going to have to be restructured, all that kind of stuff. Just be very careful with the content that you're getting, you know?
Yeah, always use your discernment and always vet. Don't ever take anybody's word for anything.
Yeah. Because if you do the research and you look at it again and you read it, nobody can take that from you because you've done the research, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And it's not. People live in fear. We're fear-mongered constantly. So this is a big fear thing for people. Fear keeps them from taking that step out and actually doing this stuff. You know, following the instructions and actually notifying people and learning how to write a letter to somebody with the information that's inside of it. You know, learn how to structure your complaints. Learn how to do your notices. You know, like this whole endorsement thing's a 3-tier thing. You know, claiming credits. Second one.
Enforce.
Secure.
Yeah,
chance to cure, and then notice the default. I mean, it's 3. Third time's the charm. Third time's what gets you there. After that, you file your complaints with the boards if it's a state bank, and a comptroller if it's a national bank. Then you go file your lawsuit. Well, I mean, you got to notify them what you're doing. So you'll send your intent, but that was your notice to default. You can put all that in there. And then you go file on them. But it's a process. You know, it's no different than anything else we do. We're just adding another set of steps to our life, and these steps actually benefit us instead of taking away from us. So we need to. It's very beneficial that we learn this basic stuff, because that's what this is. It's basic.
Yeah, it is. But we just have to learn it. So like when I write down something that I'm doing, I'll write at the top, like, who am I sending this to? The IRS. What am I doing? I'm auditing them. You know, because I have to keep my brain, because I'll start I don't know, I start to have so many little irons in the fire. So I'll write myself sticky notes, like what's my last completion, but we just have to figure out what the steps are to this particular thing. And you may have to do it 2 or 3 times until you get the cure
This is
for
trial and
it.
error. I mean, there's nothing wrong with failure. Failure is what teaches us lessons, you know, and then we
Exactly.
go back and, yeah. So quit being scared. There's nothing to be scared about. No big bad boogeyman's going to come up here and be like, you sent in an endorsed bill and we're not going to take that. It's just not going to happen like that. If anything, they'll cut your bill off. But, you know, just like anything else, keep their system in play until you learn how to manage it.
Yeah.
You know, driver's license, there's a big insurance policy on that. You need to go check it out, see what the maturity is, what you can claim, what's the process for claiming when you get out of prison. There's bonds that were open. You need to go back and find out what you need to claim because there's money there for you. These bills, any account that has been open and hit maturity for that reason, that's an abandoned asset. So guess what they're going to hit you with? And you're not even going to know none of this is happening, but it's been sitting there for 2 years unclaimed with this business because you haven't claimed your credits. So they're going to turn around and fill out a 1099-A acquisition for abandonment, and they're going to acquire those goods because you abandoned them. That's how that 1099 stuff works as a corporation. You got to act as a corporation. You got to be doing business as a corporation, not you. Yeah, not necessarily you, but when you're in that capacity of a corporation, that's where these instruments come into play. You know, and then people are trying to do them from sitting from your house. Don't listen to people telling you that stuff. That's not what the instructions say. You know, I'm referring back to the instructions. I don't want anybody to believe anything I say, and I shouldn't catch anything for anything anybody learns because you should be self-taught.
Right. Don't get yourself pinned up because you missed a step.
Yeah, just come and hit us up. We'll help you get back up on your feet. You know, we're just a community. That's why we're doing this. You know, we're just trying to get people to the basics.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to deal with all the drama that comes with stuff that's supposedly a conspiracy theory.
But I've noticed when I talk to somebody, they either are interested, because I'll test it. Like I was up at Chateau Elan doing hair and makeup for a wedding. Actually, I was just doing hair for a wedding. And I went into the little gift shop and I cast my pearls, but there was 2 women in there. The one woman was like, oh, that's a scam, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, no, like it's the bills of exchange. But the other lady was like, wait, what? Like something clicked. And I'm like, yes, okay. You lady that's doubting this, go away. But I want to talk to this lady because let me give you some references, you know? So it's exciting because either somebody's going to like be like, wait, what? You know, considered dumb enough to figure it out, or
wait till you have a success and you're like, oh man. And then you got 3 months. 3 months goes by and nothing changes. Then 4 months, then 5 months. You're like, I'm doing them all, dang it. That's it. I'm doing all my bills, you know.
Well, that's why I go over on my Snap, because I have OGs that have started like back in 2019 when I started this whole like, we're going to find the truth. They know. So now I'm to this part where I'm like, this has to be just Sarah. This has to be some sort of QFS, like level playing field kind of a thing that we just are now learning about, that we can access. Like, oh, well, shit, I didn't know that. And either you're going to want to learn it or you're going to write it off as if it's conspiracy theory, but it's only hurting yourself.
I mean, I started the staunch critic. I was the guy out here berating people like, man, you're retarded, bro. That don't make any, that's just not how it works, you know, And
I do that.
I started getting really embarrassed. I had people just destroying me, like, and then I realized why they were doing it so easily, because they went and read the instructions.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
Yeah.
You sound stupid because you are, dummy.
Yeah, you're just ignorant. And I got a lot of pushback from that. But at this point, I'm like, I always go, when I talk about healing, I always go back to whatever you've experienced, nobody can take that from you. You were there. Okay. Yeah. You experienced it. You witnessed it. Whatever character you played in that, you were still there. And even at this point in all the conspiracies, you know, even if I can prove it, some people still aren't going to know. But the things that I've read about the bills of exchange and that kind of stuff, at this point, it's real because other people have done it, you know, and
they're living like this.
they're
Like,
living. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm like,
Where's the
okay.
conspiracy theory? Like,
Yeah.
there's 100 people right there doing this. There's 1 million people over here not doing this.
Yeah.
And these guys are trying to tell you, and then all these other people over here calling them conspiracy theories.
Right.
Yeah, every time I try and compete with these people, they make me look dumb. The few make the many look dumb. And that's how I got on this side, was I just got tired of people making me look stupid. I crushed my pride, crushed my ego. Like, I wanted to give up. But I was like, the information is so profound that, no, I'm just going to admit being a dummy and I'm going to move forward. So that's what I did. I just started reading, and I don't like reading. I've never read in my life. Books of Mice and Men was the first book I ever read. But I don't like reading other people's opinions about subjects like this, because this isn't opinionated, it's already fact.
Yeah. And it's an exciting rabbit hole because it does benefit you. Now you're like, oh, well, how can I set this up? Well, how can I, you know,
folks,
what?
Folks, make no mistake. We are talking about financial freedom, something that you can give yourself.
Absolutely. With your education, though, you have to educate yourself.
You just got to read a little bit and put some A to B together and to C. And
got to be smart.
Once you're done, you're looking at it like, now I just got to build the courage up to do this. Like, to actually, so I'm going to go ahead and pay my bill, you know, but I'm going to keep that negotiable instrument, see if they'll let me keep it. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go pay it in cash and then keep the negotiable instrument down there at the bottom. Yeah. And I'm going to read instruction for instruction, how to fill this out, and I'm going to send it in. And when that CFO don't listen to me, I got 2 more steps.
Do it again.
I'm gonna slap them in the mouth here. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they're all, just think of it like this. They're all trustees. Since the entire system, all right, is floated by us as the creditors, the American people. These instructions are specifically for us to tell them what to do. Yeah. And if that's the case, what's the relationship here? Well, they're a trustee, and you're the American. They're there as a financial fiduciary. They got financial responsibilities they have to take care of. They get paid to do what they do, and that's all part of the public charitable trust. That's us. I mean, we're the CEOs without being the CEOs, but it's our job to manage and enforce these rules and regulations that they're supposed to go by. And if they're not going by them, and we're allowing
off with their heads,
we're guilty of fraud. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in dishonor too.
Yeah.
And we want to be honorable men and women. And that's the whole point of this, is being honorable men and women. So set aside the sovereign shit. I know I used to run around with private property plates. I had to do some business, so I had to put my plates and stuff back on. But you got to get out and just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. You'll learn, just like anything else. Quit being scared. Fear was my biggest thing for a long time with any of this. Yeah. Now I'm selling my home. I'm fixing to move on to bigger and greater journeys, and
that's exciting.
Transition.
So
this is my life. This information and doing stuff like this, spreading this information. This is all I'm doing. This is it. I'm a little in the beginning of it, but this is all I'm doing for the rest of my life. I don't have any other. I know how to weld. I got all kinds of different skills and backgrounds, but I like this stuff. It's powerful information, and it changes people's lives when they actually start utilizing it. I want to be a part of it. Yeah.
Same. So the 3 steps of we talked yesterday about the 3 steps, like breaking down each particular one. Do you want to go over that?
Yeah, we can do that. Your first is claiming credit. So basically noticing that you've got a credit in the mail that needs to be redeemed.
Okay, so you're claiming you said claim credit.
You're claiming your credits.
Oh, claiming my credits. Okay, sorry.
That's what you got on there. That bill down there at the bottom is a positive number, and it's either a payment coupon or a payment voucher, and it's on a perforated line.
Yep.
You also know that thing looks eerily similar, like a check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're
talking about. Yeah, people talking about. I get checks in the mail all the time.
That's what it is.
This is what it is. Yeah, they get their bills are coming in. They have checks at the bottom of them. They're called payment coupons or payment vouchers, and that's how you redeem the credits.
That's crazy.
So that the company can get paid. Mm-hmm. So what you do when you pay, according to the Federal Reserve Act, What you do when you attach Federal Reserve notes to your bills, to your payment coupons, you remove the obligation of the United States government, and you do it yourself. So you say, "Hey,
you're
don't worry about it. I got you, dog. Even though you
yeah,
get out of me, I got you. And I'm going to donate to this company for you, okay? Because according to the Federal Reserve,
volunteering.
your payment is a donation."
Yeah, volunteering. Hey, I'm gonna pay this.
Yeah.
When it's already paid.
Yeah, it's
So,
coming to a positive note.
so you
Or
would
positive
take
number.
that, endorse it, and then you would have your cover letter with it, cover letter of instruction.
Yeah, because you're changing something. So you need to notify these people so they're not caught by surprise and looking for your payment in the wrong place.
Yeah.
But like I said, pay your bills and then send the coupons in, and then work it that way so you're not getting your stuff cut off. You know, a lot of people get into this and they're financially shit. So this is why they're here. They're not here to learn. They're here to get a better deal. Okay, well, let's teach them. Who cares? If you can learn to get a better deal, you've learned how to endorse and enforce. All right? And if you can hold these people accountable and keep your money in your pocket instead of letting people just come pull it out, you're doing this. You can be your own lawyer. They get paid far too much for what they do.
I like my attorney though. My attorney, she was badass.
I don't have one.
Badass. It's current.
I've thought about hiring one, but
no.
Little conversation. Nah, I'm good. I'll do it on my own, bud.
Right. Run it. So in this cover letter, would you say I'm changing the way that what would be that word? I'm changing the way that I wouldn't say pay.
You're not in a personal relationship with these people. You just talk business to them. Remember that letter I sent you?
I'm over here like, hi guys.
Letter for instruction.
Changing the way that I do things. Just want you to know.
For all bills. So here's what y'all can write this down, but I'm just gonna say it. I'll read it out to you real fast. And this is the generic. Thank you, Mon's on TikTok. He's awesome. This is where it comes from. I don't want to take any credit for his work, but he taught it in his, and so I give credit where credit is due. But even he doesn't tell you everything, but he'll get you to where you need to be with this stuff. It's really up to you to get those tangible experiences that he knows a lot from the experience he has. But this is just the baseline. But it goes like this. I, the agent, you're an agent. That name in all caps is the principal. That's the public charitable trust. It says, I, agent, on behalf of principal, hereby accept all titles, rights, interest, and equity owed to me, the agent, or excuse me, we start that over, I didn't mess it up. But anyways, equity owed to the principal. I hereby instruct CFO, his name, to apply the principal balance to the principal account, your account number, for each and every billing cycle and set off. I also instruct CFO to communicate in writing within 5 business days once instructions are completed. If instructions are not completed, I instruct CFO to respond in writing within 5 days given reason of non-performance. We're going after breach of contract, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're going after. All right. If instructions are not completed, I instruct CFO to respond in writing within 5 business days given reason of non-performance. If no communication is made within 5 business days, I, the agent, on behalf of the principal, assume that instructions have been completed.
That sounds really good. Can you send that to me?
I did.
I feel like mine's like.
Sent it to you last time. It's in your text message.
Was it that's something that I couldn't open?
No, it's in your text message. I was like, text. It's a text. I texted. Yeah, I set it all out in a text and then sent it to you.
Okay. All right. Can I?
Yeah, you were like, wow,
that?
That's really good.
That is really good because I feel like mine's like, hi.
Yeah, it's kind of like yeah, it's a one.
You know I'm changing things.
Yeah, it's a one size fits all letter. But
yeah.
You're gonna put them on. You're gonna send that in on all three, but there's a lot to this. But if you just go read it, it tells you
Why'd you
those two acts.
say send to all three? What's all three mean?
No. There's 3 steps.
Okay.
So you're going to have this,
Okay.
that document
I'm here.
in all
Okay,
3 steps.
Okay. Now I've heard that we should actually change the cover letter to like the next one that would be a little bit more like, okay, please make this right. And then maybe the third one is a little bit more thready. Is that right?
Yeah. So with business, we don't bring emotions to the table. So you don't want to express any emotion in your document. So you want to keep all the personal shit out. You want to be speaking from one business professional to another. And that's hard for a lot of us because we don't operate like this.
No, I'm such a water sign. I'm so emotional.
All of our messaging, all of our communication has personal things in it. But on paper, we can remove all that, no big deal. And we can perfect that too, because we can sit here and change stuff constantly. And
I feel like my cover letter gets longer. And
I would just keep it basic. I was always told coming up when people were teaching me all these different trades and stuff, it was pretty common. Keep it simple, stupid.
No, see, okay.
That's what I tell me. Keep it simple, stupid. Like, just keep it simple. The more you complicate it, the harder you're going to make it. Just keep it simple. The instructions are right here. Don't deviate from the instructions. Leave your stuff somewhere else. We don't care about what you did before you came here. All we care is how you can follow the instructions now. So,
but sir,
sure.
Here's my backstory, comma. Okay, so we are the holder in due course too. So technically we have the power because the Social Security card is actually an account of some sort, right? That on the back is our QSIP number. It's the little red number in the back, right?
Yep.
I agree. So when
that Social Security was a scam.
I know.
It's still a scam. Yeah, but I mean it was sold to us in a good way, but it's just a scam. So
but think about all the papas and mamas that get Social Security and they get little breadcrumbs. Like they're not even living out their dead years fullest. What?
They should be living a lap of luxury in any kingdom.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that makes me so sad. Like I'm like, they're all like grouped up in these little homes. Some of them 2 to a room. What if I didn't want a room with Gwenda? No, I want my own room.
You could have communities to where they live for free if people would just learn to negotiate their instruments or endorse their instrument.
Their instruments. Well, you can make your own.
People are losing their homes because they don't know how to endorse. I know.
That makes me.
I almost lost mine because I don't know how to endorse, or I didn't. That's why I got into all this. Like, I got all these people claiming this and that, and I don't know anything about it, and I'm just subject to whatever they tell me.
Yeah.
How helpless that makes a man feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need power. I need that authority. I need that respect. So what am I going to do to get it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go read.
Right. Education. Absolutely.
Personal education, private education. What are you teaching yourself? Yeah, we spent the whole life in the public becoming a worker bee. How do you be you?
Mm-hmm. That's self-development too, though.
What's
That's
that?
the want to do self-development. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, you got to know that you're the savior. Like you're it. Like everything you do builds the collective. Like, I mean, think about Trump. I don't support Trump. I know what all that is.
Don't?
I know what all of that is.
Do you not?
I don't support no
Trump?
politician. I don't support no politician. Not when they're censoring me. Not when they're actively censoring me on social media. Why would I support these people? They're the ones putting in the request. The requests are coming from the government. They're not coming from the platforms themselves. So let's see. Trump's in office, and I'm getting censored. I'm going to blame Trump.
Why would you block him, though? Why would you block Trump, are you saying that other people
Because they're
think
all the
this?
same. Like,
Okay.
there's no difference between a Republican and Democrat.
Okay,
Oh, actually, there is. One's doing it in your face, and the other one's doing it behind your back.
That's true.
Yeah. So, no.
That's true.
I don't do politics. I mean, I study the system, all that stuff, but as far as like supporting and voting and all that, no. That's once you learn what I learned, you won't do any of that either. You'll be like, my vote don't count, and I'm committing fraud by claiming I'm a U.S. citizen when I'm an American national. Because U.S. citizens are government employees.
But I think Trump taught us a lot of that, you know, because we were kind of like, well, he kind of got in trouble for not paying taxes, or he got, you know, let's look into this.
He's there to advance the plan.
Yeah.
I don't know any MAGA people that let's just put it this way. You know how the MAGA people claim the left is bad? I claim the MAGA people are bad. I used to be them, and they're just like in a cult or something. You can't talk to them. You say something bad about Trump, and all of a sudden you're a leftist.
That's not true. Not all of us.
That's my experience.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Now,
I can't take
MAGA.
that from you.
Let's think about the words we're using here. Let's think about the etymology of these words and where these words come from and what they're associated with. Right. You know, we're not doing any of that. We're just like, yeah, go Trump.
Yeah.
MAGA has an occult ring to it. Like, that's all occult stuff. Like, he's the master magician. Do you not see his name being spit all around the world?
Yeah, but that's not his. I mean, just because that's somebody's perception of him.
He advocated the jab. He actually boasted about being the father of them. So he's actively promoting poisonous stuff in people's arms while he himself, his jab is the medicine we all should have had.
But didn't the father tempt Jesus?
Huh?
But didn't...
This ain't got nothing to do with that. I can tell you right now. This ain't got nothing to do with
I'm like, look, Trump was...
People. They all got islands. They all like playing with kids. Like, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is the world.
This is real shit.
What we haven't seen.
I get it.
And this is all a reality TV show. That stuff that's going on with Biden, ain't none of that shit real. They're doing that in the damn studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what you're seeing on TV is a reality TV show. That shit is not real.
I agree. And it's been proven like countless times, but even again, I've lost a lot of friends.
No, they just keep turning on that TV.
Yeah.
Welcome to your nightly programming.
Yeah. And in the morning, stop. I don't even have a television. Stop.
To your regular programming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like right in our face this whole time. And we're just like, oh.
We're walking around like zombies.
Yeah, and then you know, and then you got the whole conspiracy. I'm just like, bro, like that was like so fifth grade. You know what I mean? Like, we're up here in the big leagues now. Like, we're actually reading the instructions and proving all this stuff wrong. You know?
Right.
It's right here.
That was 27 seconds ago.
Yeah, we've done elevated, bro. We done got that knowledge.
I used to get offended because I was like, oh, like, I know this. I've researched this, and when somebody would question me, but now I'm like,
it starts to
just
become ridiculous.
You just don't, yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, bro, just stop, man. Just look, I'm gonna shut you up with just a couple sentences. Come here real quick. Come here. Let me read this to you. What's this say? You know?
Yeah. And then sometimes
you're just gonna have that opposition though.
Every time.
Never gonna
Not
believe.
every time though.
It's like,
Not
look,
every time.
bro, he just got $9 million back.
Right.
From doing this. $9 million. This dude just got $9 million back from doing this. How is it not real?
Right. And I've seen people post their stuff. There was a video that I posted on my Facebook page that said that, like, the guy actually called the credit card, or maybe it was a utility bill or something like that, and was like, hey, like, he went through his process and said, hey, like, I've done this. Is everything good? And the lady on the other line was like, yeah, you're good. And he didn't pay it. He endorsed it. So, and he did the three time.
What I'm working on is like a page that shows all of this, like all this
Gold.
endorsement stuff.
Gold.
So just have it all on a reference page. Like we start in the top left corner.
Yeah.
This is what we do next. This is the first thing we do. This is step 2. This is step 3. Here's where you go to get your forms. You got to do a power of attorney for this stuff. If they ask, you're going to want to send that power of attorney in, and we get one right off the IRS. Write this down. IRS form 2848. That's your power of attorney, and that's you as agent over the principal.
Okay.
You can use that for a lot of different stuff.
I'm the agent over the principal?
Yeah, you're the agent over the principal. The principal is your holding in the public charitable trust.
Mm-hmm.
Your agent is you. Because that principal was created from you.
Yeah.
And you can do the same thing privately that the public does. And you can operate in unison with the public. So you yourself, that's just one more level where you've placed yourself away from the public.
Okay, so when I do a form 2848 power of attorney, I can get that off the IRS site, right? And where do I mail that to? Probably.
No, that's going to go with all your documents. It's going to go to the CFO. You're just going to have it attached in your documents, yeah.
Okay.
And CFO is Chief Financial Officer. Chief Financial Officer.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, and the addresses are usually on the back, the remittance department.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm like, it's right here.
Yeah, you either send it. If you don't have any success sending it to the remittance department, then you need to send it to the CFO and follow the 3 steps.
Okay.
Now, the whole enforcement portion, this all right here is the Federal Reserve Act. The whole the whole enforcement portion is the Federal Reserve Act. The endorsement, to learn how to endorse your bills, is the Bills of Exchange Act. And if they'll just go through it, it explains everything. Definitions,
I'm looking for my earbud. Keep talking.
These are the books I like to read.
I have the littlest ear holes. Found it. Okay, what'd you read on back?
Oh, this is what I do. I read these acts and different stuff like this, but I try and stay away from people's opinions because that's more emotionally driven. And there's no place for emotions in any of this. Leave that stuff at home, leave it for your personal relationships. We don't need emotions in this. This is just business. It's just paper.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Let me see. I can hear you just fine, but you can't hear me?
This is literally why I don't fuck with Facebook. Hold on just a moment.
You need to get an actual platform to do this, like a conference call or something, and then link it through your live.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hear me?
Are we here? Yay!
Technical difficulties.
Baby. Right at the best time. Okay, go ahead.
What were we chatting about?
The bills of exchange, endorsing the bottom cover, a power of attorney.
My headset's working.
Oh my gosh. Don't touch anything. I was asking you where that form 2848, the power of attorney form, goes, and you said with all the things.
Yeah, that's your power of attorney. That's letting them know that, yes, I am the agent over the principal, and yes, I am instructing you to do this.
Oh. Okay.
You ever had a boss that was just real dry with his instructions? He's like, hey, I need to get this done, and he just walks off.
Yeah.
No conversation, no emotion, no none of that. He's a good
Yeah.
boss. I don't like bosses that bullshit with me at work. I like bosses that get the day done.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to drink beer afterwards, we can do that, but I really need to focus on work because I don't
Yeah.
want anything.
Yeah. It's like micromanaging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's when I'm at work, I don't like for it to be personal. I don't like for people to bring their shit to work. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. When I'm at work, I like to be at work. It's like when I'm
Yeah.
alone, I like to be alone. You know, I don't want to sit here and I'm gonna go be alone and then go walk into a crowd of people, which I can be alone in that too. But yeah. Yeah, maybe next time when we speak, hopefully by then I'll have this. I've been working on it, but just get it all laid out where people can just look at it and then they can go research each step themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that way, you know, it's kind of like killing all these people off that charge for it. That's my main goal. Is I'd like to see everybody doing this without anybody being able to make money off of it.
Well, I mean, there's certain things that, I mean, I understand the exchange of energy, though. You know, I understand that if I just spent.
You just need a couple of people sacrificing, that's all. Who cares about those people? Okay, it's like me, you know, I do certain things because that's what I want to do. Would other people do it? No. But I do it because I want to. I make that sacrifice. That's what makes me tick. So you just need a few people like me to get in here and teach this shit on a national scale, and we could do it for pennies on the dollar. We could do it for fractions of the penny on the dollar versus what anybody else would. Why? Because I don't care about the money. I don't give a shit about it. Anytime I need money, it is just there.
Mm-hmm.
I gave up that a long time ago. What I'm here for is right here. I want people to come together and know who y'all are. Y'all are Americans. Y'all are the most important people on the planet. We're the melting pot. Wake up. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and we're supposed to be this beacon of light and hope, and it seems like we're just a beacon of lies and dope.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then even in that, it's like that. I think that people are really waking up, and I feel like people are understanding. But there's two worlds have split. I've been saying that for years. The worlds have split.
And that's that whole 5D, 3D thing they're talking about. It's a conscious shift. It's not a physical shift. It's a conscious shift.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I think. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go. I think that a lot of us are in 5D. I feel like we're in 5D because 4D is time and space. So just like with yesterday, I thought yesterday was Tuesday. You know, I mean, I get confused on my time and my space, but then I don't want to be down in the icky part of the dimension in like 3D where it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather be up in 5D where it's, I don't know, self-education, even preservation when you're putting up blocks and boundaries, you know, just things like that.
You start moving
I'd rather
from a sense of love instead of any personal need. It's just love. I mean, that's 5D. It's love. You move in love. Like here, the most powerful thing is love. Up there, it is love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's what you're doing. You're making all these sacrifices because you understand and you comprehend what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And you try to get other people to join you because you know the more people that join you, the easier it's going to be for you. But you're willing to do it all by yourself because most of us start out alone in this journey. We don't have a group of people to help us. We're here alone, like in this whole new, like I know things that I don't know. Now I've got to go confirm them to myself so I can share them with other people. And that sounds crazy, but you're already making connections. That's how you got led to this, is you're making these connections that you didn't typically make before. And now we're pulling up the instructions instead of the keys. The theories.
It's the keys. Yeah. So I feel like when you come across this information, then just lay it out as the steps are, because it's going to be something new to you. you know, whenever you're restructuring your thought process or your life or your routines or anything like that, lay it out in front of you so that you can visually see it. But you've also used your energy to write it on paper. You know, that's very much an intention thing. So even with this thing here, like a part of the Bills of Exchange Act, write it down as you're listening to content creators, even if they sound ghetto or whatever the hell, whatever. Write down and then do your information, because in my head, God could be wanting you to learn from somebody that you've placed a lot of judgment on. You know, they're holding the gold, but in your brain, you're going, oh, well, they're beneath me because they don't speak good English, or they're beneath me because, you know what I'm saying? So
they
that
got
made
back wrong. So we're gonna discredit.
Dismiss it. Yes. Yeah. That part. That part. So definitely take notes, and then just, you know, have something sitting by your bed. Take notes on yourself. What goes through your head? What goes through your mind all day?
That's why they want people to journal their day so that they can reflect on it in the evenings.
Yeah.
Attention, and they're going to wake up and start it.
Mm-hmm. And then it just becomes a river. It just becomes now this ritual or a practice.
You look back and you're like, man, that would be so hard to implement into my life. But now that I'm looking back on it, I did it without even knowing.
It was easy. I doubted myself. I didn't give myself that credit. You know.
Before you know it, you've already reached that goal, and you weren't even trying. You just weren't. You were like, okay, this is my goal, but then you just kind of evolve into it.
Yeah, just keep your focus.
Exactly. You kept it on your focus. So you stayed focused on it, and you manifested that as a reality. That's manifestation. You know, we have time and space we have to contend with. We got laws of nature. You know, this is, in this world, we don't just go, boom, it's there. We have to take certain steps in order to make this stuff a reality. Now, we have powers. We have intuition. We can, I mean, everything you see, someone created. This comes from someone's head, you know? Like, they manifested this. They used the rules and the regs here. You know, for the government, it's rules and regs. For us, it's laws. That's what we do. We use the laws to create our universe, to create our reality. And it's reciprocated on every level. And you'll notice those jurisdictions kind of lay out the same way. And you'll also notice, too, that from existence, from you being born, all those things are laid out the same way. Everything is just, it's all the same. And it applies on multiple levels the same way. And once you get one area mastered, you notice that you just mastered them all. Yeah, because everything is all. It's just all, it all comes, go ahead. It's all applied the same way across the board. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Even like collectively. Enforcing your bills is like going after a traffic ticket. Yeah. You're doing a claim of credit. You're like, hey, this dude's trying to do business with me, right? He's trying to charge me some credit because we know that money isn't money. Yeah. And then when you're like, bro, like it just doesn't add up. You're accusing me of this stuff, so now I'm going to give an opportunity to cure. All right, now they're like, well, I don't care. I'm right. You're wrong. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, we got a debate, so we're going to have to go somewhere and settle this, right? Yeah. Okay, well, here's your notice of default and my intent to file. Here's your lawsuit. You've been served. See you in court. Now we can settle our difference in the court since we couldn't do it ourselves. And that's what the court's for. Yeah, if you can't negotiate a peaceful outcome between you and the other person, the court was established to be the mediator for that. But we can settle all of our differences outside the court. But people are so quick to go, I'm calling the police, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. When, bro, if you were just a reasonable man, we could negotiate a positive outcome here. But you don't want to be, you're not going to negotiate. You're like, this is the end of it. You're not trying to meet nobody in the middle. You're not trying to work. You're not trying to do nothing. That's why the police get involved. People are too damn stubborn. And now we've got this third party extorting money from us, dragging us into court, holding us liable to things that we don't even know about. And then what? Now we're all screwed. Right. We're all knee deep in mud and we can't get out. Yeah. So it's about being honorable, just move with love and respect. And we won't have to have all this other stuff. Yeah. already be settled. You know, that'll be something that we go to in extreme cases. You know, the normal stuff is like, oh man, you know, I gave thoughtful consideration to you during our negotiation here. You know, typically we call that an argument or a debate, but no,
A debate.
It's a consideration. We did up a contract. I'm going to provide a service. You're going to provide some cash, and I'm going to go on my way.
Yeah.
As long as I meet the standards which we set in the contract, I should get my money and go away just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's bucking the system.
Yeah, so it's just being an honor. It's just being good people. It's just being a man and a woman and doing what you're supposed to do individually. What's your personal responsibility? Right? Because the more dishonorable you are, the more that affects me. The more honorable you are, the more that affects me. So
yeah,
we're definitely a collective, and it's my individual responsibility to make sure that my effect on you, the random passerby or the random person out there, is a positive one. It's personal responsibility down to the very breaths you take for what you take them for.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Good people. No one trying to scam no one. No one trying to take advantage of you. Just honest, good people trying to teach you. Go read the damn instructions.
The last conversation that we had, I had to bring this up because I noted it. You said for a woman that we need to hear, "I love you." And for me, I didn't speak up because I didn't, but on the last live, but it's not hearing "I love you," because I feel like people say "I love you" so willy-nilly, frivolously, that for me, it's an action. For me, it's a reciprocity of like a lot of other emotions, like vulnerability and trust and loyalty, integrity. I feel like all of that
is a part of love.
It's part of love to me, yes. But
so generic.
Well, I don't.
Because I don't
say what
mean anything. When I say that, I don't mean it generically. There's a lot of context to that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not just hearing "I love you," because that don't mean anything.
I could go my entire days out until my death, never hearing that again.
From someone that's genuine. It's different.
Yeah.
From someone that will literally lay his life down on the line for you, being a complete stranger. That's love. Right? Not this superficial, petty shit we get into when we're in relationships. I'm talking about sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice for me? Because I'm willing to do that for you. That's love.
Yeah. And sometimes that's...
Yeah, my well-being. I'm not out here enjoying vacation. I'm not out here enjoying relationships. I'm not out here enjoying life. I'm out here sacrificing so you can. Because that's where I find enjoyment. I find enjoyment in the sacrifice. So when I say "I love you," only you can take away from that.
Yeah, that's true.
My walk proves it. My walk shows it. Like, I don't have to say "I love you." My walk shows you that I love you. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't ever want love to come out as something just we say to each other. That's not.
Yeah.
Never.
Because two people could be in a relationship and say "I love you" all the time, but if there's not some sort of respect or, you know, even a protection or safety or things like that within that construct, I could give two shits if you ever said "I love you" to me. You know, if I don't see, feel, you know, anything like of that, then like that relationship's done. You know, for me.
You're gonna know when something's off. I mean, right off the bat. So
yeah.
We can really solve issues up front, but our emotions drag us through the mud.
Yeah.
So I like to keep my emotions, and I used to just unfeathered share everything with everybody, you know. But now I'm kind of calming down as I'm getting older, because I want that anger to be in a special place, you know, somewhere that I reserve it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always there when I need it, but I'm not operating from it like common.
I just wanted to clarify that, because when I listened, after we had talked, then I'm reading or listening back through the video, and I thought, look how I froze. I just sat there like, like I I don't believe with that. So in helping myself, I need to learn to say, no, I don't, hold up, I don't agree with that, so.
Yeah. Which at the moment, sometimes we just miss our opportunity to introduce.
Yeah, well, I wait, what did he just say? And I'm thinking, I could give two shits if somebody ever says I love you to me.
Well,
but I think it came, hold on. I think it came from the traumas from my parents. Because they said I love you, but their actions were totally different than that,
Me, like, I love you is a big thing with me and my kids, and before, the other stuff. That's always been a big thing with us, is always telling you when you walk, hey, I love you. That's something we do with each other, in and out of a room, passing by, going to bed. Hey, I love you. It's just something. It's just, but
yeah, it should be said.
Yeah, that's because we do. That's my kids. Of course, I do for these kids. But same way with we.
It also follows with action, though.
We swore an oath. We swore that to the American people that we would sacrifice for them. We also swore an oath to maintain the system.
Yeah.
So let's start living up to what we oath in this life, not what we realized we didn't like once we got there. Because I think a lot of people's problem is that once they get there, they realize, oh, this is going to take a lot of work. I ain't going to be able to do a lot of stuff. I can't travel the world. I can't. That's all you hear is I can't. Well, then don't. I will.
It's going to bring your vibration down.
Yeah, I'll do it. You go do your thing, and I'll do what I do to make sure you can continue to do yours. Like, I'm here for this shit.
Oh.
Like, this is really who I am. When you meet me in person, I don't change. This is exactly who you're going to get.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's authentic.
I just gave up. Like, I quit fighting me, and I quit fighting my father, and I just gave up. And said, hey, you can have me. Do what you will.
Do whatever you. Where am I going today?
It's all about the sacrifice. That's what gives me feel. Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Like, that is really what turns me on. It gets me going.
And that's what's exciting. It's exciting because, like, the girl at the Chateau Elan, when I was telling her about it, I could see things clicking in her head, like, wait, the bills of exchange, like, almost maybe she thought of something, somebody else said something, so just dropping little positive seeds throughout your day. I think that's how we kind of witness, or we kind of, wake up, or I hate the word wake up, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's how what we're light workers are supposed to do, and Dolores Canton talks about the 3 waves of volunteers that have came back here to lift the frequency of humanity, and they have a specific purpose and a specific contract that they've contracted with God, with universal energy to do. So I think that's why, again, you're going to start to see people set apart. I don't think it's A or B. I think there's a lot of different little parts, but because it's going to be affected off of your perception.
How you see things.
Yeah.
And, now a lot of us are seeing things a lot different than others.
Oh, yeah.
So, you talk about the split earlier.
Yeah, because one is going to be very selfish and self-gratification, and then the other is more humanitarian. Like, you've learned more wisdom, so now you want to go and spread the gospel, whatever your gospel is, Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you got a message, you got to get it out.
Yeah, there was years that I felt like I wanted to just be on the toppest of the mountains and say, explain what I've encountered, but in that time, I feel like my throat chakra was not where it needed to be, because I had a very hard time speaking, especially in front of public, because I feel like that was also a trauma for me, because, like, I was better seen than heard. So You know what I'm saying? So even in public, you'll know, or on lives, I'll start to stutter because I'm like, you know, I stutter over myself, and that's just a trauma. Or I say 4,000 times. It's fine.
We were talking about, you know, how I like to keep things fluid and do everything freestyle, unscripted. Pre-game it, but don't script it. You know, just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. I like people that can just come in and
run it, raw dogging it.
You're having a good time with them the whole time. You know, they're moderating the shit out of it, and it's just free flow. You know, it's just smooth. Even if there's some technical difficulties, you know, everybody just kind of fix the problem, move forward. I like that.
Yeah.
I like people like that.
So let's just go over to just recap. Go over kind of your process, and then we'll close out the live.
It's not my process. It's the.
Okay. It's a process.
Yeah, it's the Bills of Exchange Act and Federal Reserve. Yes.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Yeah. Not yours.
This is where we get in trouble because people are like, no. I pulled this from here. It's the IRS's, bro, or it's the government's. Chill out. It's not mine. I didn't do it. Don't hang me.
That's true. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that because instantly, hopefully nobody thought it, but it was like, oh.
Yeah, we're looking like his process. Well, I didn't get his process, but I'm like, you probably
okay. Right? Calm down.
Yeah.
Okay, so literally just read the Bill of Exchange Act.
Yeah, read it. I mean, it tells you everything. I pull it. Just for shits and giggles. I use the one from Canada. America likes to take shit out of theirs. Go figure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Presumed holder in due course. What is that? Every holder of a bill is, in the absence of evidence to the contrary, deemed to be a holder in due course.
That's us.
But if, in an action on a bill, it is admitted or proved that the acceptance, issued, or subsequent negotiation of the bill is affected with fraud, duress, or force, and fear, or illegality, the burden of proof that he is the holder is in due course on him, until he proves that, subsequent to the alleged fraud or illegality, value has, in good faith, been given for the bill by some other holder in due course. What's a delivery?
Well, damn.
What's a negotiation? Well, by transfer. A bill is negotiated when it is transferred from one person to another in such a manner as to constitute the transfer, the holder of the bill. So you're saying all I got to do is give that to you, and that's called a transfer. Mm-hmm. What's an endorsement? A bill payable to order is negotiated by the endorsement of the holder. Who's that? That's you. And you got, here you go.
Yep. Yeah. Because they mailed it to us. And then now I noticed that there's a lot of people like saying, get it off of, or not get it off, but do auto pay and that kind of stuff. Like, it'll help you. I just want to tell people, like, no, don't do that.
What is an endorsement? Mm-hmm. An endorsement may be made in blank or special. An endorsement in blank specifies no endorsee, and a bill so endorsed becomes payable to bearer. So is that endorsement on the back of that coupon we were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Right of endorsee. A restrictive endorsement gives the endorsee the right to receive payment of the bill and to sue any party thereto that his endorser could have sued, but gives him no power to transfer his right as endorsee unless it expressly authorizes him to do so.
Through your cover letter. Yeah.
This is powerful shit. Definition. Yes.
Right there.
Rights and powers of holder. You.
Yeah.
The right and power of the holder or of a bill are as follows. Profound. The rights and powers. He may sue on the bill in his own name. Whereas a holder in due course, he holds the bill free from any defect of title of prior parties, as well as from mere personal defenses available to prior parties amongst themselves, and may enforce payment against all parties liable on the bill. That's you. Let's keep going. Where his title is defective, if he negotiates the bill to a holder in due course, the holder obtains a good and complete title to that bill. Where his title is defective, if he obtains payment of the bill, the person who pays him in due course gets a valid discharge of the bill. Did you get redeemed or discharged, or did you just pay it and get another one in the mail?
Yeah.
Somebody's not doing something right.
Right. It makes me want to like buy a billboard on the side of the road on like I-75. Please look up the Bills of Exchange Act. You're welcome.
Presentment for acceptance. Where a bill is payable at sight or after sight, presentment for acceptance is necessary in order to fix the maturity of the instrument. So what are they sending you? Are they sending you something that's mature? That means that's mine. So
Yeah.
that amount is mine. Why am I giving my money up for something that's mine?
Right. Why am I sending this back?
Express stipulation. Where a bill expressly stipulates that it shall be presented for acceptance, or where a bill is drawn payable elsewhere, there at the residence or place of business of the drawee, it must be presented for acceptance before it can be presented for payment.
My phone just went ding. It's true. It's crazy. Sorry.
You gotta sign it. You gotta endorse it first.
Yeah. It's right there, y'all.
Rules for presenting for acceptance. A bill is duly presented for acceptance, that is, presented in accordance with the following rules. The presentment must be made by or on behalf of the holder of the drawee or the person authorized to accept or refuse acceptance on his behalf at a reasonable hour on a business day and before the bill is overdue. Now, did you know if it's overdue or if you got a closed account, you want them to open back up? Did you know there's a little portion you can add to that letter I just gave you that you can that would make that happen? I'm gonna read that to you real quick.
Yeah, because that made me go, what? Hold on, Phineas.
For closed accounts, you put I demand for the closed account and then the account number to be reopened for use. The closing of this account was not authorized by the principal. Which is an indication of violation of securities, breach of contract, identity theft, etc. And that's letting them know if they did something without your permission.
Right?
They need to fix it.
Yeah, when you said that, it made, like, I don't know, something was wrong. Like, what do you mean by that? Okay.
Dishonor. When a bill is duly presented for acceptance and is not accepted within the time mentioned in subsection 1, this person presenting it must treat it as dishonored by non-acceptance. So every bill you pay with a Federal Reserve note is dishonorable. It's dishonored, non-acceptance.
And then they used a 1099-A to claim it.
Yeah, and then when you abandon all these credits at the end, they just fill out a 1099-A and they get all that money or all that value. Yeah. That's the whole 1099 game. It's on the back side. It's on the corporate side. People are trying to send that shit individually, and those are frivolous filings. You can't do that. You get in trouble. So you have to learn what applies where and how it applies. But first and foremost, you must know who you are. Yeah. He made us in his likeness.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're it.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to say, like, Jesus scoffed at the Jews and said, "Didn't I say that you guys, like, y'all were gods?" And I got a lot of kickback from that too. I'm like, it's in your book.
I just tell people,
Jesus.
I'm non-religious, but I read the Bible.
Yeah.
But I'm non-religious. I am not a Christian. I called myself Christian for years. I'm not a Christian.
Mm-mm.
I've watched Christians scoff at me, and I do more. I've done more in my life than most Christians will ever even think about.
It's just the judgment of them. I feel like that's the most judgy. Yeah. Like as soon as they tell me that they are a Christian, I have like a little, I got to brace a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that way, but there's a certain amount of ignorance, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in a smaller portion of these Christians, most of them are just good people, you know, they're just like me and you, no big deal, you know, none of this crazy stuff I'm talking about right now, but there are a few few people inside the church that just, no, man, they're like the little demons sitting in the pews just waiting to manipulate the weak ones, you know, which is, I don't know. Don't get me into that.
It's true though, but some of those I feel like are.
Yeah, I mean, when I go to church and the preacher preaches about the reason, you know, about me being non-religious, like his whole sermon's about being non-religious.
I just laugh.
These are regulars, you know. I'm sitting in here and the whole sermon's about me.
Yeah.
About me because I'm public, so it's about me, and I appreciate that shit. No. I'm not going to come to you and listen 3 sermons in a row where your main topic is something that I speak on commonly and I believe in. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to come to this church no more. So that's why I just quit church. I just quit it. Grown man trying to bring bums into a church is not a good idea.
Yeah. I would, but honestly, I don't feel like, I don't know if I had some homeless people that I don't know if I would even take them out of the church. I would just want to sit with them and talk to them. I would just like.
We went to the church. We went to the church just to prove a point.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get it.
We wanted to see those nose go up.
Yeah. Because like I did some volunteer work for gotta be real careful, I guess, but for a Christian-based foster kid kind of program. And the whole time, like, I'll be honest, I was kind of disgusted with what they were really driving down these kids. Like, just, I don't know. It on the one hand, like, I would have taken every single one of those kids home to my house to save them from the bullshit. But then on the other side, it's like, that is the most normal kind of time frame because it's a whole week that I had with them to even, like, I just didn't want to interrupt it, but I knew in my head that what you're teaching these kids are wrong, you know, but I didn't want to interrupt the kids from they're still indoctrinated too. So let's just go through the week, you know, let the kids enjoy the week, have fun with them, and don't talk about any of my thoughts. Leave that in the back.
Some of the best people I know are Christians, right? Real good, wholesome people, you know, and they're not about all that. They're just good people.
Yeah.
Regardless of what religion they're from or what they believe in, they're always going to be good people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try not to let that whole religious aspect get in the way of me seeing these people for who they really are.
Really? Yeah.
And
well, it's an umbrella.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, it's not really the religion that's the focal point. It's the traditions, it's the culture, it's the you know, it's how they've been raised, what they're trying to follow up on, you know, what their collection of DNA is, who combined them, and what they're part of. But they're just good people, you know, whether they label themselves a Christian or Republican or Democrat. I mean, these people are just out trying to do the right thing, and it's unfortunate because they get met with a lot of.
I'm learning to judge people's hearts. Mm-hmm. You know,
that intolerance.
That and what?
Their tolerance. Like how far,
Yeah. Tolerance.
how much control do they have over the situation, and how long can they maintain that before
Yeah.
they kind of start breaking?
I thought you said collards, like collard greens.
Oh.
That's why I was like, wait, what? What are you putting with that?
Yeah.
Tolerance. I'm here now.
So I was back home there for a minute.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, why are collard greens part of this? I'll have my Aunt Hazel make biscuits. Yay! So, but anyway, let's do, we're in an hour and 20 minutes. So at least it probably took us 20 minutes to get to start the live. But let's do this again. I don't know what the next step would be other than going over an actual process.
Yeah, let me put this on paper so people can get a visual, and then I wanted to do that with this class because it's just going to be one of many, but standardize it by the instructions, and then push it out for free.
Yeah.
We'll just cut all this gatekeeping and all this other stuff, and the money that you're going to make is in the process.
Yeah.
What you're doing, it's not that you're making, it's you're saving because you're doing shit right now.
Yeah.
So we're not making any money. We're just recouping. Like we're learning that we've been robbed, that someone went in our pockets last night while we were sleeping and stole $1,000. Now we've got to go and find this $1,000 because he done went to like 12 different people and bought things. You know what I'm saying? So we got to backtrack, get all of our stuff back, and then try and mitigate our losses in the process.
Yeah.
So the more you know, the less the loss.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fight that fight. Be an American for once. Shit. Quit dreaming.
Stand up.
Actually go live the dream.
Yeah. Absolutely. And don't be scared of it, you know? And if you are scared of it, then look it up. Should I be scared of this? You know, look it up in the Cornell University law. See if it's.
This stuff is spreading so fast right now that, I mean, you can just start reaching out and asking questions and then validate it from the acts themselves. If someone gives you advice, just take their advice, run up there to what you know. If you read through it a couple of times, keywords will start telling you where to go in the act. All right.
Or ask the content creator.
ABC.
Ask them, where'd you get that?
Yeah. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Vet everyone.
Question.
Yeah. Ask everyone questions. Oh, all the time. That's a dumb question. I mean, there is.
All right.
But...
Well, let me go. Thank you so much for jumping on. I'll get with you for the next go through. I think this really helps, and I do appreciate your wisdom as far as just your evolution and like how you came to this process with how you've came to this process. So it's exciting. But thank you.
Oh, that feels good. It feels good. Less drama, less conflict. You know, you got beautiful people surrounding you. Good people surrounding me. My tribe's coming in. And I've been searching for this for 3 years. And that's why I stopped.
Yeah.
I quit work.
Yeah.
I quit everything. And I said, all right, life has just completely went to shit. I need to stop. I need to refocus. And I need to start moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm in that moving forward portion now. I've stopped for 3.5 years, like didn't move, isolated, got rid of everybody that didn't serve me, anybody that didn't give me a good purpose, and now I'm kind of just slowly back into it.
It was hard to look at my table. Like, you know, I was like, God damn, like I have these like snakes at my motherfucking table, you know, so it's a process, but we will go through it. And again, thanks for coming on, and I will catch you on the flip side.
All right. Thanks for the invite.
Bye.